exclusive details about what exactly happened in Mao. Satya Vijay there explaining how a mob was mobilized after somebody gave that clarion call from inside the mosque, and he also said that there were chili powders also that were used to target this particular victory procession. And what we have on our screens are clincher CCTV clippings from the day of violence. There you can see how rioters covering their face go on a rampage by vandalizing every single vehicle in their way. Not a single bike or car spared by these rioters. They pelted stones, completely shattering the glass of a car, which we also showed you just a while back. And this is the latest CCTV clipping where you can see how bikes were targeted, bikes were completely vandalized. And one of those bikes also happened to be of police, and they set that too ablaze after vandalizing it. So this is the truth of Mao violence right before your eyes. There you can see. And so far 13 people have been arrested, while 9 FIRs have been registered in the case so far, and 50 accused have been named. Out of the 50, only 13 have been arrested. The hunt is on for the remaining 37 other accused who are involved in the Mao violence. We'll get Satya Vijay back with us. Satya Vijay is back with us. He is currently in Mao, the epicenter of the violence that took place. Satya Vijay, there are clinching, CCTV clippings that clearly goes on to show that this was a pre-planned conspiracy, a violence that was already, planned about, and how these rioters go on a rampage targeting bikes, cars, and mostly police vehicles were also set ablaze.
ऑडियो चला गया.
Well, we have some connectivity issues, but we'll get Satya Vijay back with us. He is currently in Mao. The situation is quite tense there as this particular region continues to limp back to normalcy. These are the CCTV clippings that your channel, Republic TV, has accessed in the aftermath. And these videos clearly hint and clearly point at a pre-planned conspiracy. There you can see how these rioters went on a rampage. They went berserk. They vandalized everything in their way. Vehicles of commoners, vehicles of police personnel. Nothing was spared. Everything was destroyed. And some of them were even set ablaze. This entire incident unfolded when a victory rally was taken out in Mao, commemorating India's victory at the Champions Trophy 2025 finals. And to give us more details about the conspiracy angle, we have Satya Vijay also. Satya Vijay, these videos clearly hint at a conspiracy. Tell us about the latest findings as per the probe team.
जी बिल्कुल. देखिए, महू में जो हिंसा हुई उसके हम एक एक करके आपको सबूत दिखा रहे हैं कि किस तरह से षड्यंत्र के तहत यहाँ पर आगजनी की गई. फिलहाल देखिए, मैं एक दुकान जो कि उस मैच वाले दिन से ही जब हिंसा हुई तब से बंद थी, आज ये दुकान खुलवाई है. हमने इनसे रिक्वेस्ट की थी और अब मैं आपको वो सीसीटीवी फुटेज दिखाऊंगा जो उनके कैमरे में कैद हुए थे. देखिए, ये जो बाइकें आप देख रहे हैं, यहाँ पर ये पेट्रोल पाइप निकाला जाता है, इसके बाद इसको आग के हवाले किया जाता है. मैं लाइव तस्वीरें आपको दिखा रहा हूं. और सबसे बड़ी बात है कि ये जो दो बाइकें हैं, ये पुलिस कर्मियों की बाइकें हैं. मतलब जो आरोपी हैं, जो साजिश करता है, उनके हौसले आप देखिए. अब देखिए, यहाँ पर ये आग लगाते हुए लाइव तस्वीर आपको दिखाते हैं. ये माचिस की तीली डाली और इसके बाद जलता हुआ कुछ ये देखिए, ये आग इन बाइकों पर इस तरह से इन बाइकों को आग के हवाले कर दिया जाता है. और ये आग और ज्यादा फैले इसके लिए इसके ऊपर पॉलिथीन, थर्माकोल सब डाला जाता है, जिससे कि एक के बाद एक 1, 2, 3, 4 ये बाइकें हैं, ये सभी आग के हवाले हो जाएं. इस तरह से ये एक तस्वीर नहीं है, कई तस्वीरें हैं जो इस तरह से निकलकर सामने आ रही. देखिए, थर्माकोल जो है इसलिए इस बाइक के ऊपर डाला गया क्योंकि थर्माकोल काफी तेजी से जलता है और इसीलिए ये थर्माकोल इन बाइकों के ऊपर डाला गया है. ये जितने आरोपी हैं ये नकाब में थे और इस दुकान के बाहर जो बाइकें खड़ी थी उनको इस तरह आग के हवाले किया. ये लाइव तस्वीर है. भैया, ये जो सीसीटीवी है ये कहाँ का है?
ये सीसीटीवी यहीं सामने लगा है.
अच्छा।
शटर के बाहर.
अच्छा।
वो जल चुका है पूरी तरह से.
अच्छा।
और एक फोटो और मैं आपको दिखाना चाहूंगा. ये देखिए, इसका चेहरा
इस फोटो में जो आग लगाने वाला शख्स है उसका चेहरा भी दिख रहा है, हालांकि वो नकाब में रहता है, लेकिन उसका इस हंगामे के दौरान जब वो बाइकों में आग लगा रहा है उस समय उसका नकाब चेहरा जो है चेहरे से गिर जाता है और उसकी ये तस्वीर सामने आती है। और यही तस्वीरें, ये जो फुटेज है आपने पुलिस को दे दी है?
पुलिस को दे दिए हैं, मैंने अभी ये फोटो नहीं दिया, ये मैंने अभी जस्ट देखा है जब आपने कहा, तो अभी ये मेरे सामने
ये लाइव तस्वीरें हैं। जो बाइकें यहाँ खड़ी थी उसको इस तरह से आग के हवाले किया। हम आपको इसी तरह से बता रहे हैं कि कैसे ये साजिश पूरी है वो एक्सपोज हम कर रहे हैं। चाहे वो मस्जिद के बाहर का वीडियो जहां पर कि एक शख्स मस्जिद के गेट पर जाता है, वहां से अंदर की क्राउड को बाहर आने के लिए इशारा करता है। दूसरी तस्वीर हमने दिखाई कि किस तरह से घरों की छत पर मिर्च पाउडर और जो है गर्म पानी रखा हुआ था जिसे पुलिस ने जब्त किया। तीसरी तस्वीर हमने इस दुकान की दिखाई, दुकान को भी आग लगाने की कोशिश की गई थी लेकिन किस तरह से बचाया गया। लेकिन उनके पास जो कैमरे थे, कैमरे यहाँ तोड़ दिए सबूत मिटाने के लिए। ये आप देखेंगे तस्वीर, कैमरा यहाँ से तोड़ा है उन्हीं हंगामा करने वालों ने, पत्थरबाजों ने जो इस षड्यंत्र के पीछे थे उसे तोड़ा है। लेकिन उनके पास ये रिकॉर्डिंग उपलब्ध थी जो हमने उनके लैपटॉप पे आपको दिखाया कि 4 बाइकें यहाँ पर खड़ी होती हैं। ये जो जगह यहाँ पर 4 बाइक खड़ी होती हैं जिनको कि आग के हवाले किया जाता है। और उसमें साफ तौर पर दिख रहा है कि जो लोग हैं वो नकाब में आते हैं, पहले बाइकों को डंडों से गिराते हैं, पत्थर मारते हैं, उसके बाद पेट्रोल का जो पाइप है उसे निकालते हैं और उसके बाद बाइकों पर आग लगा देते हैं। तो एक के बाद हम एक्सपोज ये इसलिए भी कर रहे हैं कि जो बात सामने आ रही है कि जामा मस्जिद पर जब विजय जुलूस पहुंचता है उसके बाद विवाद शुरू होता है, लेकिन विवाद जामा मस्जिद पे होता है, ये पत्ती बाजार चौराहा है और इसी तरह से 2 और इलाके हैं। शुरुआत विवाद की वहां होती है और उसी समय एक ही समय पर 4 जगह एक साथ हिंसा कैसे होती है। मतलब ये कि जो एक पक्ष, हिंदू पक्ष आरोप लगा रहा है कि पूरी प्लानिंग कर रखी थी। एफआईआर की कॉपी हमारे पास है, उसमें साफ तौर पर लिखा है, फरियादी ने लिखाया है कि उसने सुना था कि इन लोगों ने प्लानिंग के तहत ये तैयारी करी हुई थी। उसमें लिखा था कि अगर ये जश्न बनाते हैं, जुलूस की शक्ल में निकलते हैं तो उनको सही कर दिया जाएगा, इस तरह की बात लिखी थी। और इसी के हम प्रमाण एक के बाद एक आपको दे रहे हैं, जिसमें कि एक हमने यहाँ पर ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट आपको दिखाई जिसमें बताया कि किस तरह से बाइकों को आग के हवाले किया गया। तो इससे साफ साबित होता है और इन सब वीडियो को पुलिस ने अपने संज्ञान में ले लिया है। इसीलिए अब तक 9 एफआईआर दर्ज कर ली गई हैं। 50 के लगभग नामजद लोग हैं, 2 लोगों पर रासुका जैसी कठोर कार्रवाई कर दी गई है। और पुलिस का धरपकड़ अभियान जो है इस हंगामे के पीछे जो षड्यंत्रकारी हैं, जो पत्थरबाज हैं, उनके खिलाफ लगातार तेजी से जारी है।
सत्य विजय जी, अभी तक कितने लोग अरेस्ट हुए हैं एंड हाउ मेनी पीपल आर मिसिंग? टेल अस अबाउट द सर्च ऑपरेशन फॉर द अक्यूज्ड।
जी हाँ, देखिए जिस दिन ये घटनाक्रम हुआ, महो में हिंसा हुई, पथराव हुआ, आगजनी हुई, उस दिन से ही पहले पुलिस की प्राथमिकता थी कि लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को सुधारा जाए। इसीलिए यहाँ पर तमाम देखिए पुलिसकर्मी उस दिन से यहाँ पर तैनात हैं। चप्पे चप्पे पर इस तरह के जो जवान है वो तैनात है। यहाँ देखिए दूसरी तरफ भी जो बाहर का फोर्स है वो यहाँ पर आके डिप्लॉय किया गया है। ये सभी लोग हैं और जिला पुलिस अपनी खुफिया टीम के साथ मिलकर आरोपियों के खिलाफ जो है धरपकड़ कर रही है, गिरफ्तारियां कर रही है। अब तक 9 एफआईआर दर्ज कर ली गई हैं। इसके अलावा 2 लोगों पर रासुका की कार्रवाई कर दी गई है, 13 लोग अरेस्ट कर लिए गए हैं और करीब 50 लोग नामजद हैं। इसके अलावा कई लोग, लगभग 100 से ज्यादा की संख्या में अज्ञात में लोग हैं जिनकी की तलाश की जा रही है।
Right, Satya Vijay, many thanks for bringing us these exclusive CCTV clippings from Mao. The investigation continues. 2 rioters face charges under NSA. The hunt is on for 37 others who have been named by the police. We'll get you all the latest. But let's now move on, viewers. After BJP and JDS claimed about Karnataka government paying Congress workers their salaries, Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar has said that the party has only rewarded all those workers who have worked really hard. Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar has also defended having salaried party workers and guarantees implementation panel. Let's listen in to the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister.
ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಸಮಿತಿ 5 ವರ್ಷ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಯಿತು. ನಾನು ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿ ಪಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರು ದುಡಿದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂಥವ್ರನ್ನ ಗುರುತಿಸಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದೋ. ನಾವು ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಸಮಿತಿ ಏನು ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ನಾವು MLAಗಳ ಅಧಿಕಾರನ ನಾವೇನು ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. MLAಗೆ ಏನು ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅದು ಮುಂದುವರಿತದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನ ಸಮಿತಿನ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ನಾವು ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಹೋಗಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಆಗಿದೆ ಬಡವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಸರಿಯಾದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಏನು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಒಂದು ಬದ್ಧತೆ ಇದೆ, ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ನಾವು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡೋರು ನಾವು ಯಾರು ಬೇಡ ಅನ್ನೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಅರಿವಿದೆ ಇದು ರಾಜಕೀಯದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಜನರ ಬದುಕಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಆ ಬಡವರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಿಗೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಗೌರವಧನ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಒಂದು 25,000 30,000 ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಮೀಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ 1,000 ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅಷ್ಟು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಶಾಸಕರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಹಕ್ಕಿರ್ತದೆ, KDP ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥದ್ದು, ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನವನ್ನು ತರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಹಕಾರ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು.
Meanwhile, leader of opposition in Karnataka Assembly R. Ashoka along with his colleagues staged a protest outside Karnataka Assembly, and they have also hit out at the ruling Congress dispensation.
ತಹಸೀಲ್ದಾರು, MLA, MP ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದು ಅವರ ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನು ಮೊಟಕುಗೊಳಿಸಿ, ಅಂದರೆ MLAಗೆ MPಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀವುಗೆ ಯೋಗ್ಯತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು? ಅಂದರೆ MLAಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವಮಾನ ಮಾಡೋ ರೀತಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಕಮಿಟಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ, ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಫೀಸು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಅದರ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಿಂದ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡುವಂತ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೇಯರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅವಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ.
Congress government, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has appointed guarantee implementation committee chairmen across the state. State level chairman has been appointed and has been given cabinet status, and chairman has appointed at the district level and also at the taluk level. So Bharatiya Janata Party and JDS, we have opposed this move because it's already been implemented. One, we are opposing because they have been paid salaries. The taxpayers' money has been misutilized by Siddaramaiah government.
On the one hand, the Congress party has ensured that Karnataka state goes in huge debt. It hardly has any money for infrastructure development. It is taxing the common man, milk, petrol, diesel, water, stamp duty, higher bus fares, higher metro fares. And on the other hand, the precious money of the taxpayer of Karnataka is being diverted towards rewarding and benefiting the Karyakartas of Congress party. This shows the mindset. Janta ka maal परिवार की जेब में डाल, जनता का माल पार्टी कार्यकर्ताओं की जेब में डाल. In the name of implementation panels, that these panels will ensure the implementation of these schemes, a scheme is being devised to reward taxpayer money to the Karyakartas of Congress party. Now the question is, first DK Shivkumar ji says, forget government work, think about party work. We have seen how they are grabbing the land and money of Karnataka and benefiting privately.
Well, viewers, a massive row has erupted in Karnataka after Siddaramaiah government appointed Congress workers as office bearers of the panels set up to fulfill pre-poll guarantees. And to give us more insights, we have Abhishek joining us on the phone line. Abhishek, tell us about the latest flashpoint between the BJP and the Congress in Karnataka.
DK Shivkumar, the Deputy CM of Karnataka, is defending the move of Karnataka state government by which has been by paying around 25 to 30,000 salary to the guarantee.
उनके बीच में इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सचेंज, उसको फॉर्मलाइज करना, क्योंकि वो ऐसा है कि हर एक देश के अंदर दूसरे देश जो आपके इंटरेस्ट के लिए इनिमिकल हैं, आपकी इकोनॉमी को अंडरमाइन करना चाहते हैं, उस तरह के भी ऑपरेट करते हैं सब जगह से. तो कैसे उसमें रियल टाइम एक्सचेंज इंफॉर्मेशन होनी चाहिए, कैसे उसको काउंटर किया जाए, कैसे उसमें कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग बढ़ाई जाए, तो मैं समझता हूं इस तरह का समझौता कहा जा रहा है कि शायद साइन होगा. कुछ देर के अंदर हमें पता लग जाएगा कि कितने एग्रीमेंट साइन होने हैं, 10 या 12 जितने भी हैं. तो लेकिन मुझसे एक हमारा जो इकोनॉमिक और फाइनेंशियल रिलेशनशिप है वो और ज्यादा समझता हूँ स्ट्रेंथन होगी और ट्रांसपेरेंसी उसके अंदर काफी आएगी, क्योंकि ये जो मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग और ये सारी चीजें हैं उसका बड़ा नुकसान होता है देश की इकोनॉमी के ऊपर।
जी प्रोफेसर अंशु, इस समय दोनों ही
Well, viewers, these are the pictures of the bilateral talks that are being held between India and Mauritius. Just a few moments back, the Prime Minister met the former Mauritius Prime Minister Pravind Jugnauth, and as we speak, these are the live pictures coming in from Mauritius, where you can see PM Modi, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, NSA Ajit Doval, all of them sitting across the table. And this is a delegation level talks that are being held at the moment. Several key agreements can be signed across various sectors to strengthen the bilateral ties. And after that, the Prime Minister will be taking part in the National Day celebrations as a chief guest, and he will conclude his 2-day visit. So all eyes will be on those key pacts that the two nations will sign to improve their bilateral ties. Moving on, let's tell you about the stories that are making the headlines from across the nation. Independent Jammu and Kashmir MLA Khurshid Ahmed Sheikh came out in support of J&K Awami Action Committee and Ittihadul Muslimin after they were banned by the centre. The Ministry of Home Affairs earlier issued an official statement banning the outfits for indulging in anti-national and subversive activities. Weighing in on the ban, the independent lawmaker said it was an assault on the right to express one's views and would hurt the process of bringing the valley into the mainstream.
डेमोक्रेसी में, जमहूरियत में जो है हर किसी को अपनी बात रखने का हक होता है, हर किसी को जो है अपनी आइडियोलॉजी और विचारधारा जो है पेश करने का हक होता है। तो हम मजम्मत करते हैं इस चीज़ की, और ये जमहूरियत के लिए सही नहीं है। आप खुद देख सकते हैं कि एक तरफ से मीर वाइस साहब या दूसरे जो पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविस्ट्स हैं उनको एंगेज किया जा रहा है बातचीत के लिए, लेकिन दूसरी तरफ से बैन किया जा रहा है। तो हमें लगता है कि जमहूरियत के लिए सही नहीं है। तो हम मजम्मत करते हैं और इन चीज़ों से जो है इन चीज़ों से मसाइल का हल नहीं हो।
Samajwadi Party MP Avdesh Prasad put the onus on the Yogi government to ensure peace during holy celebrations in Uttar Pradesh while urging people to immerse themselves in the festival of colours in an ambience of peace and harmony. The Lok Sabha member said the government would have to shoulder the blame if there are any untoward incidents during holy celebrations.
पूर्वक निवेदन करता हूं कि इस त्योहार को आपसदारी भाईचारा और परंपरागत मनाया जाए और आपस में एक दूसरे से गले मिलकर, अगर किसी के मन में एक दूसरे के प्रति कोई दुर्भाष हुई हो तो मिटा करके सद्भाव और प्यार और मोहब्बत के साथ इस त्योहार को मनाया जाए।
Ahead of the presentation of the state budget in Madhya Pradesh Assembly today, Congress MLA Umang Singhar led a protest on the House premises accusing the ruling BJP of putting the state deep in debt. Firing the Karz Ka budget barb at the BJP government, the Congress questioned if the state can deliver on its welfare schemes and promises to generate employment opportunities when they were allegedly saddled with debts. Firing a fresh salvo at the DMK amid the raging language and delimitation war, the BJP said that the only objective of the ruling party in Tamil Nadu was to advance the interests of the family. In a fierce strike on the DMK, BJP national spokesperson C.R. Kesavan accused the party of mortgaging the futures of state's youth through its parochial politics.
Bank of Mauritius and the Reserve Bank of India on local currency settlement system. The second exchange will be the credit facility agreement between the government of Mauritius and the State Bank of India to finance projects being implemented by the Central Water Authority under the pipe replacement program. The third exchange will be the MOU between the Institute of Foreign Service of India and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Regional Integration and International Trade of Mauritius on training program for diplomats. The fourth exchange will be the technical agreement on the sharing of white shipping information between the Indian Navy and the Mauritius Police Force. Thank you. I kindly request the Foreign Secretary of India to take his seat, please. I now invite His Excellency, Mr. Anurag Srivastava, the High Commissioner of India to Mauritius, to join Ambassador Roy Bisunduyal for the exchange of the remaining 4 agreements. The fifth exchange will be the MOU between the Financial Crimes Commission of Mauritius and the Directorate of Enforcement of India. The sixth exchange will be the MOU between the Ministry of Industry, SMEs and Cooperatives of Mauritius and the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises of India on cooperation in the field of micro, small and medium enterprises. The seventh exchange will be the MOU between the Ministry of Public Service and Administrative Reforms of Mauritius and the National Centre of Good Governance, Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances of India on training of public officers. The eighth exchange will be the MOU between the Indian National Centre for Ocean Information Services, Ministry of Earth Sciences of India, and the Department for Continental Shelf, Maritime Zones Administration and Exploration, Prime Minister's Office of Mauritius. We now proceed with the handing over of a navigation chart on Saint-Brandon. Thank you. May I now invite Dr. the Honorable Prime Minister of Mauritius and His Excellency the Prime Minister of India to take their seats, please. I also invite the Secretary for Foreign Affairs to return to his seat. We now proceed with the second segment of today's event. We will now watch a video clip on the Area Health Center in Cap Malheureux and 20 community development projects in Mauritius, including Rodrigues. These projects are funded through grant assistance from the Government of India under the High Impact Community Development Project Scheme. I invite you to watch the screen in front of you.
India-Mauritius, a timeless partnership. India and Mauritius share a deep-rooted relationship built on history, ancestry, culture, and language. Over the decades, this bond has strengthened through cooperation in maritime security, trade, education, culture, and global diplomacy. A key pillar of this partnership.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
Disrespecting you by attacking Ukraine when you're trying to make peace. President Putin disrespecting you by attacking Ukraine when you're trying to make peace.
What did he do?
Well, he's attacking Ukraine.
Was he disrespecting me?
Yeah.
Who are you with?
I'm Michael Burkoff, the Washington Post.
You lost a lot of credibility. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Mr. President.
Very good. Wow, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Any questions?
Yes, sir. Have you made a final decision about what sanctions or tariffs you might impose on Russia and when that might be?
We're looking at a lot of things. We have big meetings coming up, as you know, in Saudi Arabia. That's going to include Russia. It'll be Ukraine. We'll see if we can get something done. I'd like to get something done. A lot of people died this week, as you know, in Ukraine. Not only Ukrainians, but Russians. So I think everybody wants to see it get done. We're going to make a lot of progress, I believe, this week.
Disrespecting you by attacking Ukraine when you're trying to make peace there? Is President Putin disrespecting you by attacking Ukraine when you're trying to make peace there?
What did he do?
Well, he's attacking Ukraine.
Was he disrespecting me?
Yeah.
Who are you with?
I'm Michael Burkoff, the Washington Post.
You lost a lot of credibility. December 7th wouldn't have happened. Inflation wouldn't have happened. The Afghanistan, the way not that they left, but the way that they left, it looks so bad. Probably the most embarrassing day in the history of our country. That wouldn't have happened. A lot of things wouldn't have happened, but it is what it is. I think we're going to have a good time. I think we're going to have a good result in Saudi Arabia, meaning they're hosting the various talks, and we have a lot of good people going out there, and I think Ukraine's going to do well, and I think Russia's going to do well. I think some very big things could happen this week. I hope so. So 2,000 people, at least 2,000 young soldiers have died this week. And this is almost on a constant basis, a couple of thousand soldiers a week. It's a killing field, and we got to stop it. And if I can stop it, I'll be very happy.
Would you consider lifting the intel pause on Ukraine? What does Ukraine have to do?
Well, we just about have. I mean, we really just about have. And we want to do anything we can to get Ukraine to be serious about getting something done. You know, I say they don't have the cards. Nobody really has the cards. Russia doesn't have the cards. They don't have. What you have to do is you have to make a deal, and you have to stop the killing. It's a senseless war, and we're going to get it stopped.
You hesitated with Maria Bartiromo.
Where are we? Are we just
We're close.
We're just about ready to land.
Are you worried about a recession? Maria Bartiromo asked you, and you kind of hesitated.
I'll tell you what, of course you hesitate. Who knows? All I know is this: we're going to take in hundreds of millions of dollars in tariffs, and we're going to become so rich, you're not going to know where to spend all that money. I'm telling you, you just watch. We're going to have jobs, we're going to have open factories, it's going to be great, and the plane is landing, and thank you for a lot of good questions, okay? Thank you very much, everybody.
کاملا مضحک و مردود هست و فکر میکنیم که انگشت اتهام دراز کردن به سمت ایران و دوستان ایران آدرس اشتباه دادن هست. یک جریان انحرافی است و 100% گمراه کننده. چنین چیزی مطلقاً وجود نداره. واقعاً هرچه سریعتر باید کشتار بیگناهان از طیف‌ها و گروه‌های مختلف سوری متوقف بشه، به ویژه اقلیت‌هایی که عرض کردم در معرض آسیب و جنایات بودند، نامه دریافت نشده. کشورهای منطقه بر اساس مصالح و منافع ملی خودشون و با توجه به روابط خوبی که با جمهوری اسلامی ایران وجود داره تصمیم بگیرن و اجازه ندن که فشارهای غیرقانونی و قلدرمآبانه‌های آمریکا باعث تأثیرگذاری منفی بر روابطشون با ملت ایران و ایجاد فتنه و تفرقه در
such as those we have just witnessed today, covering such diverse sectors as crime investigation, maritime traffic monitoring, infrastructure, diplomacy, commerce, capacity building, finance and ocean economy, as well as the handing over, which we just saw, of the navigation charts of Saint-Brando, have further enhanced our already excellent bilateral relations. Let me also highlight the assistance provided by the Government of India in the implementation of the high-impact community development projects, 20 community projects, as well as the area health center at Camp Malloy, which we inaugurated today. These projects, which relate to the renovation of playgrounds, community and health centers across Mauritius, Rodrigues and Agadiga, will no doubt contribute to the improvement of the quality of life of our citizens. During this visit, the Prime Minister of India and myself had very constructive discussions on how to take our bilateral relations to even greater heights. In this perspective, I am pleased to announce that His Excellency Shri Narendra Modi and myself have further agreed to strengthen our relations through a Mauritius-India joint vision document for an enhanced strategic partnership. Our shared vision is to increase our cooperation in existing and emerging sectors, such as space research, artificial intelligence, digital health, ocean economy, pharmaceuticals, ICT, fintech, and cybersecurity. We are grateful that India will continue to assist Mauritius in modernizing our health sector. In this respect, we will collaborate closely on programs aimed at drug de-addiction and rehabilitation. Our two countries will continue to reinforce trade relations through the Comprehensive Economic Cooperation and Partnership Agreement and set up such innovative mechanisms that would further facilitate exchanges for our mutual benefit. Climate emergency is another avenue which we have agreed to cooperate to address and mitigate the existential threats for small island developing states like Mauritius. We look forward to firming up our cooperation in the maritime sector as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot conclude without repeating our deep gratitude for India's unflinching support to the long-standing struggle of Mauritius to exercise its full sovereignty over its entire territory. Shri Narendra Modi, beyond your principled and unflinching support, we thank you once again for your pivotal role in this respect and for being a respected, strong voice in the favor of Mauritius. Built on mutual respect, shared values, and a long history of cooperation, our bilateral relations are continually reinforced through our commitment to progress. During my previous 10 years as Prime Minister, I have endeavored to strengthen and expand this treasured relationship, and I have no doubt our relationship will now reach even higher levels, and it will benefit both our peoples and countries. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Your Excellency, प्रधानमंत्री डॉक्टर नवीन चंद्र राम गुलाम जी, दोनों देशों के डेलीगेट्स, मीडिया के सभी साथी, नमस्कार। बॉजूर। 140 करोड़ भारतीयों की ओर से मैं मॉरिशस के सभी नागरिकों को राष्ट्रीय दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। यह मेरे लिए बहुत सौभाग्य की बात है कि मुझे दोबारा मॉरिशस के नेशनल डे पर आने का अवसर मिल रहा है। इसलिए मैं प्रधानमंत्री नवीन चंद्र राम गुलाम जी का और मॉरिशस सरकार का आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। साथियों, भारत और मॉरिशस का संबंध केवल हिंद महासागर से ही नहीं बल्कि हमारी साझी सांस्कृतिक परंपराओं और मूल्यों से भी जुड़ा है। हम आर्थिक और सामाजिक प्रगति की राह पर एक दूसरे के साथी हैं। प्राकृतिक आपदा हो या कोविड विपदा, हमने हमेशा एक दूसरे का साथ दिया है। रक्षा हो या शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य हो या स्पेस, हम हर क्षेत्र में कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर चल रहे हैं। पिछले 10 वर्षों में हमने अपने संबंधों में कई नए आयाम जोड़े हैं। विकास सहयोग और क्षमता निर्माण में नए कीर्तिमान स्थापित किए गए हैं। मॉरिशस में गति के लिए मेट्रो एक्सप्रेस, न्याय के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट बिल्डिंग, सुखद प्रवास के लिए सोशल हाउसिंग, अच्छे स्वास्थ्य के लिए ENT हॉस्पिटल, व्यापार और टूरिज्म को बढ़ावा देने के लिए UPI और रुपे कार्ड, किफायती और बेहतर क्वालिटी वाली दवाइयों के लिए जन औषधि केंद्र, ऐसे कई पीपल सेंट्रिक इनिशिएटिव्स हैं जिन्हें हमने समयबद्ध तरीके से पूरा किया है। अगालेगा में बेहतर कनेक्टिविटी से साइक्लोन चीदो से प्रभावित लोगों तक मानवीय सहायता तेजी से पहुंचाई जा सकी। इससे कई जानें बचाई जा सकी। अभी हमने काप मेलेरे एरिया हेल्थ सेंटर और 20 कम्युनिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स का उद्घाटन किया। कुछ देर बाद प्रधानमंत्री जी के साथ अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ पब्लिक सर्विस एंड इनोवेशन को देश को समर्पित करने का सौभाग्य मिलेगा। साथियों, आज प्रधानमंत्री नवीन चंद्र रामगुलाम और मैंने भारत मॉरिशस साझेदारी को एनहेंस स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप का दर्जा देने का निर्णय लिया है। हमने निर्णय लिया कि मॉरिशस में पार्लियामेंट की नई बिल्डिंग बनाने में भारत सहयोग करेगा। यह मदर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी की ओर से मॉरिशस को भेंट होगी। मॉरिशस में 100 किलोमीटर लंबी पानी की पाइपलाइन के आधुनिकीकरण के लिए काम किया जाएगा। कम्युनिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोजेक्ट के दूसरे चरण में 500 मिलियन मॉरिशियन रुपए के नए प्रोजेक्ट्स शुरू किए जाएंगे। अगले 5 वर्षों में भारत में मॉरिशस के 500 सिविल सर्वेंट्स को ट्रेनिंग दी जाएगी। हमारे बीच लोकल करेंसी में आपसी व्यापार का सेटलमेंट करने पर भी सहमति बनी है। साथियों, प्रधानमंत्री जी और मैं सहमत है कि रक्षा सहयोग और मैरीटाइम सिक्योरिटी हमारी स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप का अहम हिस्सा है। फ्री, ओपन, सिक्योर एंड सेफ इंडियन ओशन हमारी साझी प्राथमिकता है। हम मॉरिशस के एक्सक्लूसिव इकोनॉमिक जोन की सुरक्षा में पूर्ण सहयोग देने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है। इस संदर्भ में कोस्ट गार्ड की जरूरतें पूरी करने में हर संभव सहायता दी जाएगी। मॉरिशस में पुलिस अकादमी और नेशनल मैरीटाइम इंफॉर्मेशन शेयरिंग सेंटर, इसकी स्थापना में भारत सहयोग देगा। व्हाइट शिपिंग, ब्लू इकोनॉमी और हाइड्रोग्राफी इस पर सहयोग को और मजबूत किया जाएगा। चागोस के संदर्भ में हम मॉरिशस की संप्रभुता का पूर्ण सम्मान करते हैं। कोलंबो सिक्योरिटी कॉन्क्लेव, इंडियन ओशन रिम एसोसिएशन और इंडियन ओशन कॉन्फ्रेंस जैसे मंचों के तहत हम सहयोग बढ़ाएंगे। साथियों, पीपल टू पीपल संबंध हमारी भागीदारी को मजबूत नींव प्रदान करते हैं। डिजिटल हेल्थ, आयुष सेंटर, स्कूल एजुकेशन, स्किलिंग और मोबिलिटी में सहयोग बढ़ाया जाएगा। हम एआई और डीपीआई यानी डिजिटल पब्लिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का मानवीय विकास में उपयोग के लिए मिलकर काम करेंगे। मॉरिशस के लोगों के लिए भारत में 4 धाम यात्रा और रामायण ट्रेल के लिए सुविधा दी जाएगी। गिरमिट धरोहर के संरक्षण और संवर्धन को बल दिया जाएगा। साथियों, ग्लोबल साउथ हो, हिंद महासागर हो या अफ्रीका भूभाग, मॉरिशस हमारा महत्वपूर्ण साझेदार है। 10 वर्ष पहले विजन सागर यानी सिक्योरिटी एंड ग्रोथ फॉर ऑल इन द रीजन की आधारशिला यहीं मॉरिशस में रखी गई थी। इस पूरे क्षेत्र की स्थिरता और समृद्धि के लिए हम सागर विजन लेकर चले हैं। आज इसको आगे बढ़ाते हुए मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि ग्लोबल साउथ के लिए हमारा विजन रहेगा सागर से आगे बढ़कर के महासागर, यानी म्यूचुअल एंड होलिस्टिक एडवांसमेंट फॉर सिक्योरिटी एंड ग्रोथ अक्रॉस रीजन्स। इसमें ट्रेड फॉर डेवलपमेंट, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग फॉर सस्टेनेबल ग्रोथ और म्यूचुअल सिक्योरिटी फॉर शेयर्ड फ्यूचर की भावना समाहित है। इसके तहत टेक्नोलॉजी शेयरिंग, कंसेशनल लोन और ग्रांट के माध्यम से सहयोग किया जाएगा। एक्सेलेंसी, एक बार फिर मॉरिशस में मिले आत्मीय स्वागत के लिए मैं आपका और मॉरिशस के लोगों का हार्दिक आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। मैं आपको भारत यात्रा करने के लिए निमंत्रण देता हूं। आपका भारत में स्वागत करने के लिए हम तत्परता से प्रतीक्षा करेंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Excellencies. Before closing the final segment of our program, I invite Dr. the Honorable Prime Minister of Mauritius and His Excellency, the Prime Minister of India, to move to the center of the stage for a photo souvenir. Thank you, Excellencies. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of this function. Can you remain seated as Dr. the Honorable Prime Minister of Mauritius
This is Prime Minister Narendra Modi's second day in Mauritius, where he touched upon multiple bilateral strengthening points that India and Mauritius will focus on. They started from tech sharing to concessional load and also grant. In fact, mentions of UPI, mentions of RuPay cards were also made in the talk that was just held a while back. Prime Minister Modi also said that Char Dham Yatra and Ramayan Trail arrangements will be made for the people of Mauritius.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
I think eventually, look, we have to have peace. And I'm doing this. Money is one thing. We're going to lose. We spent $350 billion on this. But the big thing, human life. Thousands of people this week, thousands of young soldiers died this week. Hundreds of people died in cities in Ukraine.
Are you going to resume aid to Ukraine if they sign the minerals deal?
Well, I think they will sign the minerals deal, but we want them to. I want them to want peace. Right
How do
now,
they show that? How do they show they want peace?
Well, right now they haven't shown it to the extent that they should. I think right now they haven't, but I think they will be, and I think it's going to become evident over the next 2 or 3 days. I think eventually, look, we have to have peace, and I'm doing this. Money is one thing. We're going to lose. They spent $350 billion on this, but the big thing, human life. Thousands of people this week. Thousands of young soldiers died this week. Hundreds of people died in cities in Ukraine. And we got to get it stopped. It would have never happened if I was president, and it didn't happen. This was not going to happen. By the way, October 7th wouldn't have happened. Inflation wouldn't have happened.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning. Sure. First of all, during the war, everybody has been.
Welcome back. Thanks very much for staying with us. Now it's time to take a quick check of news from across the country. This is Bharat in 5 minutes for you. Independent Jammu and Kashmir MLA Khurshid Ahmed Sheikh came out in support of the J&K Awami Action Committee and Ittihadul Muslimin after they were banned by the centre. The Ministry of Home Affairs earlier issued an official statement banning the outfits for indulging in anti-national and subversive activities. Weighing in on the ban, the independent lawmaker said it was assault on the right to express one's views and would hurt the process of bringing the valley into the mainstream.
डेमोक्रेसी में, जमहूरियत में जो है हर किसी को अपनी बात रखने का हक होता है, हर किसी को जो है अपनी आइडियोलॉजी और विचारधारा जो है पेश करने का हक होता है। तो हम मजम्मत करते हैं इस चीज़ की और ये जमहूरियत के लिए सही नहीं है। आप खुद देख सकते हैं कि एक तरफ से मीर वैस साहब या दूसरे जो पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविस्ट्स हैं उनको एंगेज किया जा रहा है बातचीत के लिए, लेकिन दूसरी तरफ से बैन किया जा रहा है। तो हमें लगता है कि जमहूरियत के लिए सही नहीं है। तो हम मजम्मत करते हैं और इन चीज़ों से जो है इन चीज़ों से मसाइल का हल नहीं होगा।
Samajwadi Party MP Avadish Prasad put the onus on the Yogi government to ensure peace during the Holi celebrations in Uttar Pradesh, while urging people to immerse themselves in the festival of colours in an ambience of peace and harmony. The Lok Sabha member said the government will have to shoulder the blame if there are any untoward incidents during Holi celebrations.
बहुत ही विनम्रतापूर्वक निवेदन करता हूं कि इस त्यौहार को आपसदारी, भाईचारा और परंपरागत मनाया जाए और आपस में एक दूसरे से गले मिलकर, अगर किसी के मन में एक दूसरे के पर कोई दुर्भाष हुई हो तो मिटा करके सद्भाव और प्यार और मोहब्बत के साथ इस त्यौहार को मनाया जाए।
Ahead of the presentation of the state budget in the Madhya Pradesh Assembly today, Congress MLA Umang Singhar led a protest on the House premises, accusing the ruling BJP of putting the state into deep debt. Firing a Karz ka budget barb at the BJP government, the Congress questioned if the state can deliver on its welfare schemes and promised to generate employment opportunities when they were allegedly saddled with debts. Firing a fresh salvo at the DMK amid the raging language and delimitation war, the BJP said the only objective of the ruling party in Tamil Nadu was to advance the interests of the family. In a fierce strike on the DMK, BJP national spokesperson CR Kesavan accused the party of mortgaging the futures of the state's youth through its parochial politics.
Political motive of the DMK, which can be best described as dynasty of M. Karnanidhi, is to protect, promote and further its family interests. By engaging in the dangerous politics of opportunism for political profit, the DMK has sacrificed the spirit of social justice of Dr. Ambedkar ji. They have mortgaged the future of our youth as political pawns, and they are ruining the future of our youth and students.
In a crucial ruling, the Allahabad High Court allowed the custodians of the Shahi Jama Masjid in Uttar Pradesh's Sambhal to carry out whitewash and install decorative lights ahead of the upcoming Eid celebrations. The mosque has been in a controversy after the violence and stone pelting on the survey team on the 24th of November last year. Jammu and Kashmir Deputy Chief Minister Surinder Chaudhary came all guns blazing at the PDP Chief Mehbooba Mufti after standing in support of the banned Jammu and Kashmir Awami Action Committee and Ittihadul Muslimin. Speaking to reporters, the Deputy Chief Minister said while those in the government have to think before they speak, Mehbooba can say what she wants as she is fighting for political survival.
महबूबा मुफ्ती जी क्या कहती हैं उन पे मैंने तो रिएक्ट नहीं करना। हम सरकार हैं, सरकार ने सोच के ही बोलना। वो कुछ भी बोल सकती हैं क्योंकि उनके पास अब बचा कुछ है नहीं, और सिर्फ अब वो अपनी सर्वाइवल की लड़ाई लड़ रही हैं और अपनी पार्टी को जिंदा करने की कोशिश कर रही हैं। लेकिन वो कहें कि ऐसे ऊट पटांग बयान देने से वो सर्वाइव हो जाएगी पार्टी, द्वारा नहीं होगी। लोगों के मुद्दों से बात करनी पड़ेगी।
I think eventually, look, we have to have peace. And I'm doing this. Money is one thing. We're going to lose. We spent $350 billion on this. But the big thing, human life. Thousands of people this week, thousands of young soldiers died this week. Hundreds of people died in cities in Ukraine.
Are you going to resume aid to Ukraine if they sign the minerals deal?
Well, I think they will sign the minerals deal, but we want them to. I want them to want peace. Right now,
how do they show that? How do they show they want peace?
Well, right now they haven't shown it to the extent that they should. I think right now they haven't, but I think they will be, and I think it's going to become evident over the next 2 or 3 days. I think eventually, look, we have to have peace, and I'm doing this. Money is one thing. We're going to lose. We spent $350 billion on this, but the big thing, human life. Thousands of people this week, thousands of young soldiers died this week. Hundreds of people died in cities in Ukraine. And we got to get it stopped. It would have never happened if I was president, and it didn't happen. This was not going to happen. By the way, October 7th wouldn't have happened. Inflation wouldn't have happened.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning. Sure. First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on this
position to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
what I'm not
You're
dictating.
in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very
you will
good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and
of
he's
the
happy.
war.
जी आईसीसी चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी हिंदुस्तान ने जीत ली है और एक अजीब सी चीज मैंने देखी है कि पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड का कोई नुमाइंदा यहाँ खड़ा नहीं था। पाकिस्तानी चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी होस्ट कर रहा था और पाकिस्तान का कोई भी नुमाइंदा यहाँ पे नहीं खड़ा था। ये बात मेरी समझ से बाहर है। कोई रिप्रेजेंट करने क्यों नहीं आया ट्रॉफी और कोई देने यहाँ पे क्यों नहीं आया। इट इज बियॉन्ड मी पॉइंट तो थिंक अबाउट इट प्लीज। वर्ल्ड स्टेज है, यहाँ पे आपको होना चाहिए था, बट सैडली आई कुड नॉट सी एनी पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड मेंबर आउट देयर और ये होस्टेड बाय अस एंड येट देयर इज नोबडी देयर। थिंक अबाउट इट, फीलिंग वेरी डाउन टू सी दैट।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
আপনি এই প্রথম 24 সালে অষ্টমীর দিন মদের দোকান খোলা রেখেছেন, যা ব্রিটিশরাও করেনি। ভারত জেতার পরে উলবেড়িয়াতে আতশবাজি ফাটানোর জন্য ভারতীয়দের উপর আক্রমণ হয়। আপনি সরাসরি এদের সমর্থন করেন, ছুটে চলে এসেছেন লাফিয়ে। বিরোধী দলনেতার বিরুদ্ধে নিন্দা প্রস্তাব।
Today, we see BJP has walked out of the Vidhan Sabha at the moment, and we see the leader of opposition, Shubhendu Adhikari, protesting outside the Vidhan Sabha, where he is saying that Mamata Banerjee is constantly attacking the Hindus. The Hindu she has insulted Mahakumbh, and also she says that I will beat you this time in Bhawanipur. Last time, if I would not have supported you in Nandigram, you would have never been able to win in Nandigram.
অনেক আজে বাজে কথা বলেছেন
a lot
আপনার অবস্থা
of
অরবিন্দ কেজরিওয়ালের মতো হবে
you will become just how Arvind Kejriwal has lost, you will also lose in Bengal.
রহিম বক্সি ছুটে গিয়ে আদিবাসী নেতা মনোজ টিগ্গাকে মারে
Manoj Tigga was attacked by the Adivasi leader Rahim Bakshi. Shaukat Malla was also involved in this. Shaukat Malla was also involved in this attack, and he also attacked Harahari Mahato and Manoj Tigga. And you were quiet on that matter.
বিজেপি বিধায়করা দেখছে
Your character is being observed by the BJP leaders and the Hindus of Bengal.
জনগণের জাগরণ মমতার বিসর্জন
The outcasters in Bengal will be caught soon and your character will be displayed. Currently outside BJP Bengal is protesting outside the Vidhan Sabha, as we see, due to various reasons, especially in the reasons of the JE slogans that has been written, anti-national slogans over the walls of Jadavpur University. The leader of opposition is and he said that for us,
ব্রিটিশের জেলে ছিল ও কোথায় ছিল কে চেনে ওকে ও জীবনে মুখ্যমন্ত্রী হতো না নন্দীগ্রাম না হলে
Mamata Banerjee could have never been the chief minister of the state.
কোনদিন হতো না
She would have never become the chief minister
প্রণব বাবুকে অপমান করা
if she was not helped. She had insulted Pranab Mukherjee.
প্রধানমন্ত্রীর সম্পর্কে
She has attacked the Prime Minister. She has insulted Pranab Mukherjee. Her character is well displayed in front of the people of India and especially the Hindus of Bengal. What about Kalibhatar Kaku, who was involved in the corruption case of the land scam corruption case? Mamata Banerjee should apologize. Crores of money has been mishandled by her and her government.
আর আমি 11-র আগে শপথ নিয়েছিলাম সিপিএম কে তাড়াবো যে আসে
And I had told before 2011 that I will remove CPM from Bengal.
হিন্দু বিরোধী এই সরকার
And I did that.
একে তাড়াবো
And today I promise that I will remove Mamata Banerjee and the Hindu opposition from Bengal. And I promise on my mother that I will make sure that in the next election, Mamata Banerjee will lose. She will gain 0 votes in the 2026 elections. The Hindus will take action on it. Mamata Banerjee will understand what protest of the Hindus can mean. She will understand, she will exactly feel the pain that she felt when she lost her constituency, Nandigram.
আপনি পুরো ভিডিও চালিয়ে দেখবেন আমি রেফারেন্স দিয়েছি
Trinamool is also against the tribals. This time, the Chief Minister will lose in West Bengal and I will make sure of that.
মাত্র এমএলএ ছিলেন 14 সালে সেই বিজেন্দ্র গুপ্তকে চ্যাংদোলা করে বাইরে ফেলা হয়েছে সেই বিজেন্দ্র গুপ্ত আজকে স্পিকার আপের যে এমএলএরা বিধানসভায় বিশৃঙ্খলা করছেন তাদের তিনি মার্শাল দিয়ে চ্যাংদোলা করছেন আমি বলেছি এই হাউসের কারো তো গায়ে লাগার কথা নয় 26-এর পরে যে নতুন বিধানসভা আসবে সেখানে
after 2026 the new Vidhan Sabha which will come in power in Bengal, there we will not see one single Hindu MLAs from the Trinamool government. What happened to Vijendra Gupta and Shankar Ghosh?
এই স্পিকার মার্শাল দিয়ে যা করেছে সেক্ষেত্রে যেহেতু কেবলমাত্র তৃণমূলের মুসলিম এমএলএ 26-এর পরে আসবে তাই তারাও একইভাবে এভরি অ্যাকশন হ্যাজ ইট সেম এন্ড ইকুয়াল রিঅ্যাকশন এটা আমার কথা নয়
every action has equal reaction and this is not what I say but this is the theory of Newton and this will be proved in the 2026 election.
আমার এর বাইরে আমার বক্তব্য খুব ক্রিস্টাল ক্লিয়ার, পলিটিক্যাল বক্তব্য।
My political statement is very clear in this respect that her government will not stand any chance after the 2026 elections.
অনেকে তো আশঙ্কা করছেন যে আপনার উপর খুনের চক্রান্ত হতে পারে, কারণ এই রাজ্যে আজাদ
একটু আগে তো হুমায়ুন কবির বলেছে 72 ঘন্টার মধ্যে যদি ক্ষমা না চাই, উনি উনার 42 জন মুসলিম এমএলএ কে নিয়ে
Humayun Kabir few times back had threatened me that if I don't apologize within 72 hours, then he will appoint 42 Muslim MLAs of his to attack me. I am not scared of it. I travel inside the Vidhan Sabha alone, my PA says, but I don't take any extra security. So I am not scared of Mamata Banerjee and her leaders. Mamata Banerjee.
Continue to get you more updates from West Bengal, from Kolkata as the protests continue. And we shift our focus to the other story that we're tracking now. Just a day after, viewers, breaking news coming in, a day after Congress leader Rashid Alvi called on the Muslims to block roads across India in support of Waqf. He has stuck to his statement. He says that All right, the Congress has called for Shaheen Bagh-like protests across the country and said that the government simply does not want to engage with the minority community. Congress is defending the blocked roads across India comment. Congress stands by this comment, calling for anarchy, calling for Shaheen Bagh-like protest, defending this comment by senior Congress leader Rashid Alvi. And is a showdown over Waqf bill already, of course. And we have spoken to Rashid Alvi. We'll hear him out.
I want to clarify it very specifically. I didn't say. What I said, every organization has constitutionally this right to protest peacefully. If personal law board, they want to protest like farmers, what is wrong in it? Our farmers, they were protesting. So if they want to protest like farmers, nobody should have any objection. But I am not asking Muslim personal law board to protest. It is their decision. They want to protest or they do not want to protest. I am not asking them. But when you ask me, personal law board has decided to protest like Shaheen Bagh, then the word Shaheen Bagh makes upset this government. Shaheen Bagh protest was also absolutely a peaceful protest. So what I want to say, I never say that you should block roads. I never say that you should protest against the law. But peacefully, everybody, every citizen, every organization has this right to protest peacefully.
Are you ready to give a toolkit to the Muslim to create anarchy and disruption just in the name of a protest?
I am not asking anybody to protest. I have not said any person, I have not asked.
But you have drawn an analogy, Mr. Alvi. What we have seen that you have said.
Listen to me. I have not asked personal law board. I do not know even the leaders of personal law board. It is their decision. They want to protest. They do not want to protest. It is their decision. But if they have given any call to protest, nobody can object it.
So my colleague Riyanka is joining us live on the broadcast from New Delhi. Now, Riyanka, we saw first All India Muslim Personal Law Board calling for such protests, Shaheen Bagh-like protests. Now we have Rashid Alvi echoing the same, and now they stand by it.
Absolutely. Well, we know that the All India Muslim Personal Law Board has in fact said that they are going to be protesting on the 17th of March against the Waqf Amendment Bill, something that the Muslim body has been putting its opposition to, calling it a conspiracy against the Muslim community, as well as the fact that they go ahead and reject the amendments that have been made to the Waqf. Now, on the other hand, we also heard that reaction coming in from senior Congress leader Rashid Alvi, who had in fact said that it is the right of the Muslim community to come out and protest at this point in time, and it is the duty of the central government to hear the protesters and hear the needs. Although he has stood by what he had to say, he has also mentioned that his statement doesn't mean that the protesters go ahead and block the roads, but rather sit in for a peaceful protest. He's saying that it is going to be a Shaheen Bagh-like situation, but not something that is going to be causing any hindrance to the public. So that is, of course, what we are understanding at this point in time, how there is the opposition that is being building as the central government continues to push to pass the Waqf Amendment Bill, and that is something that has been one of the major focuses of the BJP this very year.
Priyanka Chaudhary, thank you so much for joining us with those details coming on the story. In fact, we have multiple reactions on that comment lined up for you. Viewers, take a listen in.
इतने सीनियर नेता ऐसी उत्तेजक बातें करे अच्छी बात नहीं। इस वक्त ये दंगा थोड़ी भड़काना है, सौहार्द करना है, और ऐसे बड़े नेता इस तरह से बोल रहे हैं तो इससे पता चलता है कि पूरी बुद्धिहीन कांग्रेस होती जा रही है, और हमें उम्मीद नहीं थी। उत्तेजक भाषण नहीं करना चाहिए। दंगे वाली भाषा कैसे इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं आप लोग, ये गलत।
लेकिन रवि जी वो तो कह रहे हैं कि मान ही नहीं रही है सरकार, वक्फ लाने पे आमादा है, तो क्या करे, मुसलमानों को अपने हक के लिए लड़ना पड़ेगा।
तो ऐसे वो भी मुसलमान भाइयों और माताओं से, गरीब मुसलमान बहन से भी पता कर लें जिनकी जमीनों को वक्फ के नाम पे हड़पा गया। गोरखपुर में भी ऐसे केसेस आए बहुत को, जहां का मैं सांसद हूं, तो वो भी उसका भी जवाब दें कि कितने गरीबों पे अत्याचार भी मुसलमानों पे हुआ, वो जवाब क्यों नहीं देते।
आप मानते सरकार विफल रही है मुसलमानों को समझाने में, कन्विंस करने में कि वक्फ उनके फेवर में है, अगेंस्ट में
नेता नहीं। जो मुसलमान के नेता बने हैं, मुसलमान समुदाय इसको पूरा मान रहा है। आप देख रहे हैं पूरा समुदाय, कहीं से आवाज आई, ये नेता जिनकी रोजी रोटी, जिनका भविष्य, जिनका पूरा दारोमदार राजनीति पर है, ये उनकी बोली है। पूरे समुदाय को आप ना जोड़ें।
देखिए, राशिद अलवी की आप पुरानी हिस्ट्री निकाल के देखिए, उन्होंने हमेशा विवादित ही बयान दिए हैं। राशिद अलवी जैसे लोग, मैं तो कहूँगा मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी के दुश्मन हैं। ये लोग अपनी राजनीतिक रोटियां सेकने के लिए गरीब मजलूम, जिनको आज शिक्षा की ज़रूरत है, पढ़ने के क्षेत्र में जहाँ मुसलमान आगे बढ़े, मुसलमान राष्ट्रीयता के साथ आगे बढ़ना चाहता है, लेकिन ऐसे लोग जो राशिद अलवी जैसे लोग हैं, ये मुसलमानों के दुश्मन के रूप में काम कर रहे हैं और उनको पीछे धकेलना चाहते हैं।
आप एक बात राजकुमार सर, वो उनका कहना ये भी है कि सरकार जो है ये बताने में बहुत ही विफल रही, समझाने में विफल रही मुसलमानों को कि वक्फ उनके फेवर में है, ये बिल किसी भी तरह से उनके पक्ष में नहीं है, बल्कि उनको नुकसान ज़्यादा पहुँचाएगा, और प्रदर्शन करना तो हक है, मुसलमानों को हक का उपयोग करना चाहिए। देखिए,
प्रदर्शन करना सबको हक है, लेकिन गलत रास्ते पर प्रदर्शन नहीं करना चाहिए, देश के खिलाफ प्रदर्शन नहीं करना चाहिए। दूसरा, जो राशिद अलवी जी बार बार जो अलाप रहे हैं अपने शब्दों को, इस देश में मुसलमानों को, जो कि पूरी दुनिया में सर्वाधिक मुसलमान भारत में रहता है, उनके लिए सबसे बड़ा काम करने का काम देश के प्रधानमंत्री आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने किया। महिलाओं पर जो इतना बड़ा अत्याचार 3 तलाक के नाम पे होता था, उसको पार्लियामेंट के अंदर लाकर महिलाओं को सम्मान देने का काम किया। अब उनको प्रदर्शन करना है, लेकिन मैं फिर कहूँगा, राशिद अलवी जी मुसलमानों के शुभचिंतक बनिए, उनको आगे बढ़ाइए, उनके दुश्मन मत बनिए, उनको बरगलाइए मत, उनके मन में भ्रम मत डालिए। आप भ्रम की राजनीति करके अपनी राजनीति मत चमकाइए।
ये देखो, ये तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति है। अभी कांग्रेस वालों को जनाधार नहीं है, माइनॉरिटीज़ के वोटों पे ही अभी उनका पूरा डिपेंड है, और ये तुष्टीकरण की बातें करके राष्ट्रद्रोह का काम कर रहे, देश में दंगा भड़काने का काम कर रहे। ये जो बोलने वाले कांग्रेस नेताओं पे गुनाह दाखिल करके उनको जेल के अंदर डालना चाहिए। ये राष्ट्रद्रोह का काम कर रहे हैं, लोगों को भड़काने की काम कर रहे हैं।
आपको नहीं लगता कि जैसे जैसे ये करीब दिन सामने आ रहे हैं, इस सेशन के आखिरी हफ्ते में जो वक्फ को लेकर के जो लॉज है उसको पेश किया जाएगा, ऑलरेडी पेश कर दिया गया, जो डिस्कशन होगा वो शुरू होगा, तो आप मानते हैं कि उससे पहले माहौल खराब करने का प्रयास है?
हाँ, देश में दंगा भड़काने का काम ये लोग कर रहे हैं, लोगों को उचका के, लोगों को भड़का के वोट पाना माइनॉरिटीज की। ये वक्फ अमेंडमेंट जो बिल है, उसमें राष्ट्र का फायदा है, गरीब मुसलमानों का फायदा है, उनका विकास का फायदा है। जो इस लोगों ने, जिन गिने चुने लोगों ने वक्फ की प्रॉपर्टी हड़प की है, इसीलिए उनके पास से वो प्रॉपर्टी निकाल के गरीब मुसलमानों को, गरीब माइनॉरिटीज पब्लिक को देने के लिए ये वक्फ अमेंडमेंट बिल जो है, जो संविधान में भी अपने बिल नहीं है, वो बिल बदलने की कोशिश हम लोग कर रहे हैं और इसमें हम लोग सक्सेस होंगे।
मस्के सर, हम लोगों ने देखा है जब किसान प्रदर्शन कर रहे थे, सड़कों पर बैठे थे, कैसे 2 साल तक पूरा जो व्यवस्था है वो पूरी ठप पड़ी थी। आप मानते हैं कि वैसा ही कुछ करने का जो प्रयास है, जो भड़काने की कोशिश है, वो कांग्रेस नेता कर रहे हैं?
देखो, हमारी सरकार कैपेबल है। अगर ऐसी परिस्थिति निर्माण करने की ये बातें करेंगे और ऐसी परिस्थिति निर्माण होगी तो उसको संभालने के लिए सरकार मजबूत है और वो संभालेंगी।
Right, now a day after the MHA banned 2 anti-national groups of Kashmir, Mehbooba Mufti and her party have come out in their support. The PDP raised the issue in the assembly, demanding the ban be revoked. Here's a report on that.
Mehbooba Mufti and her party have come out in support of anti-national groups banned by the MHA. The PDP took up the MHA ban on Awami Action Committee and J&K Ittihadul Muslimin in J&K Assembly. Both groups have been banned under Unlawful Activities Prevention Act for their involvement in inciting people to cause law and order situations, posing a threat to the unity and integrity of Bharat.
मीर वाइज कश्मीर जो है वो सबसे मॉडरेट वाइज है जम्मू कश्मीर की, चाहे वो अवामी एक्शन कमेटी हो, इत्तेहादुल मुस्लिमीन हो, और मीर वाइज साहब की जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उसको चोक करना, ये हम सब पे दिस इज़ एन अटैक एंड वी स्टैंड विद मीर वाइज कश्मीर एंड वी सपोर्ट हिम in this crucial time and we want the ban to be revoked.
PDP MLA Wahid Parra demanded a discussion on MHA ban on Awami Action Committee and J&K Ittihadul Muslimin.
All right, we have breaking news coming in right now. This in connection with the journalist arrested in Telangana. It's a shocker coming in from Telangana. Senior journalist Revati has been arrested by the police in Hyderabad for sharing videos of farmers criticizing the Congress government on her YouTube channel. Now, the police has also seized Revati and her husband's phones during the arrest in the early hours. The BRS opposition party condemned the Congress government's actions, calling it an attack on our press freedom. The BRS leader K.D. Ramarao criticized the government, accusing it of arresting Revati for voicing public opinion against what he describes as an incompetent and corrupt Congress administration. We have reactions coming in, viewers.
I know my face looked like this because I just woke up from my sleep. ఒక అరగంట అయింది, ఇంటికి టైం ఇప్పుడు అబౌట్ 5:15 అవుతుంది. ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ క్రితం పోలీసులు వచ్చారు ఇంటికి. సో దే మైట్ పిక్ మీ అండ్ టేక్ మీ. ఐ థాట్ ఐ షుడ్ టెల్ ఎవ్రీబడి. సో ప్లీజ్, one thing is clear. Revant Reddy wants to silence me or threaten me or even, put pressure on my family. Let's see what happens. Bye.
My colleague Aneri joins us live in the broadcast from Hyderabad. Aneri, tell us more about this case. This journalist has been arrested by the Telangana police. What really riled the cops up?
Well, Rakshita, what we have been learning through our sources is that early in the morning at around 5 a.m., Revati, who happens to be a senior journalist and also she runs a YouTube channel where allegedly she had posted a video of a farmer which was talking against the Congress government, and allegedly it is being said that that is the reason why the police has picked her up from her residence early in the morning. But however, the police officials are yet to give any sort of information or confirmation in regard with what was the reason behind taking Revati in custody, and also at the same time more details into this regard is awaited. But yes, what we are also learning now is that Revati, opposition parties have been hitting out at the government. KTR speaking to us has also questioned the Congress government or calling it a Mohabbat ki dukan, and is this what Mohabbat ki dukan and this is how the Congress government runs the government, is what the opposition continues to question.
Right. In fact, we have Rachana Reddy, BJP Telangana spokesperson. We also have Mr. Prashant of the BRS also joining us. How do you react to this? A journalist is arrested by Revant Reddy cops for posting a video and voicing the concerns of the farmers.
Well, number one, did she speak anything in the video? No.
In fact, she stopped the farmer that he should not abuse the chief minister of the government. The farmer was clearly stating that it is our anguish, it is our agony, it is our pain that this Congress government, the chief minister, has failed his promises and has cheated us. He clearly mentioned that we are not getting the rupees 4,000 pension which the Congress government has promised us. Simultaneously, the loan waiver and the Right to Bandhu scheme are not being implemented. Now, for posting this video against the law, early morning, 5 o'clock, the police barging into this journalist, women journalists, not having the basic sensitivity that they are female journalists, they have been arrested and being taken to judicial custody. Well, this is absolutely unlawful, and the man who holds the constitution is in his hand every day across India speaks Mohabbat ki dukaan, Shri Rahul Gandhi. Now this is what is happening in their own Congress government in Telangana, where women journalists, for posting farmers' pain, farmers' speech against the government, for that if they are being arrested, then what is this called as? This is not democracy. This is the dual standards of the Congress party.
Right, sir. Dr. Manim, I just correct your name, sir. Dr. Kishank Manim of the BRS. Thank you so much for voicing your thoughts on that story. We have multiple reactions also lined up for you. Please take a listen in.
I know my face looked like this because I just woke up from my sleep. ఒక అరగంట అయింది. ఇంటికి టైం ఇప్పుడు అబౌట్ 5:15 అవుతుంది. ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ క్రితం పోలీసులు వచ్చారు ఇంటికి. సో దే మైట్ పిక్ మీ అండ్ టేక్ మీ. ఐ థాట్ ఐ షుడ్ టెల్ ఎవ్రీబడి. సో ప్లీజ్, వన్ థింగ్ ఇస్ క్లియర్. Ravindra Reddy wants to silence me or threaten me or even, put pressure on my family. Let's see what happens. I know my face looked like this because I just woke up from my sleep. ఒక అరగంట అయింది. ఇంటికి టైం ఇప్పుడు అబౌట్ 5:15 అవుతుంది. ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ క్రితం పోలీసులు వచ్చారు ఇంటికి. సో దే మైట్ పిక్ మీ అండ్ టేక్ మీ. ఐ థాట్ I should tell everybody. So please, one thing is clear. Ravindra Reddy wants to silence me or threaten me or even, put pressure on my family. Let's see what happens. Bye. I know my face looked like this because I just woke up from my sleep. ఒక అరగంట అయింది. ఇంటికి టైం ఇప్పుడు అబౌట్ 5:15 అవుతుంది.
All right, and some more news from across the country now. Viewers, CBI notice has been sent to the protocol department in Bengaluru. The CBI issued notices to officials from the protocol department summoning 4 protocol officers stationed at the airport in connection with the gold smuggling case linked to actor Rania Rao. These officers, appointed by the state government, are responsible for facilitating guests, politicians and VIPs arriving in the state. They've been called for questioning as part of the ongoing probe. The All India Muslim Personal Law Board vehemently opposed Waqf Bill, labelling it a direct attack on Muslims. Scheduled for protest at Jantar Mantar on the 17th of March, they seek to unite against perceived injustices and invoke the conscience of political parties. PDP Chief Mehbooba Mufti extended support to the 2 outfits after the Home Ministry banned them under UAPA. Mufti called it another blow to Kashmir's social and political landscape. She further added that suppressing dissent will only deepen tensions rather than resolve them. Police recorded statement of West Bengal Education Minister Brothe Basu in connection with an FIR lodged against him and others in the recent incident at Jadavpur University. Based on a complaint by a student, Indranuj Roy, who was injured during the incident, the FIR was registered against Basu, the Jadavpur University professor and the TMC leader Om Prakash Mishra and the others. Director General of Jammu and Kashmir Police, Nalin Prabhat, is presently reviewing the security in border district of Poonch on his two-day visit to Pierre Panjal. DG Prabhat visited forward areas along the line of control in Poonch and also held a series of meetings to review the operational preparedness and the ongoing anti-terror operations in the region. Rajouri Poonch has witnessed close to the 10 terror attacks in the last couple of years, mainly targeting security forces operating in the area. All right, we will continue to get you the truth behind Maho violence, viewers. Republic TV has accessed another CCTV footage of the night of violence. Video shows how the mob went berserk and vandalized the vehicles. Stay tuned.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
Disrespecting you by attacking Ukraine when you're trying to make peace there? Is President Putin disrespecting you by attacking Ukraine when you're trying to make peace there?
What did he do?
Well, he's attacking Ukraine.
Was he disrespecting me?
Yeah.
Who are you with?
I'm Michael Burkoff, the Washington Post.
You lost a lot of credibility.
Mr. President.
Very good. Wow, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Any questions?
Yes, sir. Have you made a final decision about what sanctions or tariffs you might impose on Russia and when that might be?
We're looking at a lot of things. We've got big meetings coming up, as you know, in Saudi Arabia. That's going to include Russia. It'll be Ukraine. We'll see if we can get something done. I'd like to get something done. A lot of people died this week, as you know, in Ukraine. Not only Ukrainians, but Russians. So I think everybody wants to see it get done. We're going to make a lot of progress, I believe, this week.
Is President Putin disrespecting you by attacking Ukraine when you're trying to make peace there? Is President Putin disrespecting you by attacking Ukraine when you're trying to make peace there?
What did he do?
Well, he's attacking Ukraine.
Was he disrespecting me?
Yeah.
Who are you with?
I'm Michael Burkoff, the Washington Post.
You lost a lot of credibility. The 7th wouldn't have happened. Inflation wouldn't have happened. The Afghanistan, the way they, not that they left, but the way that they left, it looks so bad.
Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, powered by Galaxy AI, brings you the latest news in a super efficient and summarized format from across the country, only on Republic TV. Republic and Samsung together unfold a new world of possibilities. Let the adventure begin.
Yeah, at some point I will. I have a very good relationship with President Xi. Very good. And at some point I'll be meeting with him.
President, are you alarmed by escalatory rhetoric from the Chinese response to your tariffs? And are you planning to meet with Xi Jinping about trade anytime soon?
No, they took that rhetoric back, as you know. They were very tough. And I said, whoa, what's that all about? That rhetoric was taken back. You know that, right?
My question to you is...
but if you know that, why would you ask that question?
Are you planning to meet with Xi Jinping anytime
Yeah, at some point I will. I have a very good relationship with President Xi. Very good. And at some point I'll be meeting with him.
Have you made a final decision about what sanctions or tariffs you might impose on Russia and when that might be?
We're looking at a lot of things. We've got big meetings coming up, as you know, in Saudi Arabia. That's going to include Russia. It'll be Ukraine. We'll see if we can get something done. I'd like to get something done. A lot of people died this week, as you know, in Ukraine. Not only Ukrainians, but Russians. So I think everybody wants to see it get done. We're going to make a lot of progress, I believe, this week.
Americans who have seen their retirements accounts fall in recent day are getting very nervous about these tariff conversations.
Oh, I think the tariffs are going to be the greatest thing we've ever done as a country. It's going to make our country rich again. We have many companies, as you know, auto companies are opening up. I think eventually, look, we have to have peace. And I'm doing this. Money is one thing. We're going to lose. We spent $350 billion on this. But the big thing, human life. Thousands of people this week, thousands of young soldiers died this week. Hundreds of people died in cities in Ukraine.
Are you going to resume aid to Ukraine if they sign the minerals deal?
Well, I think they will sign the minerals deal, but I want them to want peace. Right
How do
now,
they show that? How do they show they want?
Well, right now they haven't shown it to the extent that they should. I think right now they haven't, but I think they will be, and I think it's going to become evident over the next 2 or 3 days. I think eventually, look, we have to have peace. And I'm doing this. Money is one thing. We're going to lose. We spent $350 billion on this, but the big thing, human life. Thousands of people this week. Thousands of young soldiers died this week. Hundreds of people died in cities in Ukraine. And we got to get it stopped. It would have never happened.
All right, Prime Minister Modi is participating in the National Day celebrations in Mauritius. Chief guest of the celebrations, he has been also conferred with the highest national honor as well. Senior Executive Editor Abhishek Kapoor joins us on the phone line. Abhishek, well, we see the Prime Minister getting a warm reception yesterday, and now he is the chief guest at the National Day celebrations, invited as a chief guest, and there have been many interesting visuals that have come in on his visit. It's day 2 today, sir. What do we expect?
Well, yes, a significant visit panning out of Prime Minister Modi to Mauritius, our closest neighbor in the Indian Ocean region, and umbilical link, one would say, with 70% of Mauritius population of Indian origin. And remember, at the community event, whatever Prime Minister said essentially underscored that umbilical link. And since his arrival, the manner in which he has been received and welcomed shows the fondness with which people of Mauritius see India, the love and respect with which people of Mauritius look up to India. And that's getting reflected in Prime Minister's reception since yesterday. Now, of course, he's participating in the National Day celebrations as a chief guest. This is the second time he has been given this honor. The first one was in 2015 itself, immediately after he became Prime Minister. And now, second time, of course, apart from that, he has been bestowed the highest civilian honor of Mauritius also last evening. This comes on the back of delegation-level talks in which lot of memoranda of understanding have been signed, and in fact, there are already some projects which have been inaugurated by the Prime Minister since yesterday. Earlier, he also met with the leader of opposition, Georges Lesjongard, and also with the former Prime Minister of Mauritius, Pravind Jagannath, and of course, he's now with Naveen Chandra Ramgulam, where he's being given this ceremonial welcome. Prime Minister had, in fact, remember last evening only highlighted the significance of 12th of March in terms of the date being a reflection of shared history between the two nations, of how it marks the beginning of Mahatma Gandhi's Dandi March back in 1929-1930, and how this is also the National Day of Mauritius, and also the day when father of Mauritius nation, as he's called, Sir Sagar Ramgulam, he's starting the freedom struggle on the same day. He mentioned these things. Also the fact that Prime Minister is inaugurating a statue of Sir Sagar Ramgulam at the Mauritius National Grounds. A similar statue was inaugurated when the Prime Minister of Mauritius was visiting India in Patna in Gandhi Maidan. So we are getting these pictures now, and Prime Minister himself, his own connection with Mauritius goes back to 1998 when he visited just as a pracharak and participated in an event on the Ramayana Connect with Mauritius and the people of Mauritius. So very significant visit there panning out. There are national security dimensions also, Rakshita, we can discuss as we speak, and look at these pictures coming in from Port Louis.
Absolutely, and as you mentioned about the Ramayana Connect and the Indian Connect, there's a reason, of course, that Mauritius is known as Mini India. But also the fact that Mauritius has a very strategic location. Help our viewers understand how this visit and the bilateral ties are important so as to counter the influence, the growing presence of China as well in the Indian Ocean region.
Well, exactly. So I was coming to that, the national security dimension, and for that we have to understand the geostrategic significance of the location of Mauritius right there deep inside the Indian Ocean. And India has had a strong national security or geostrategic dimension to this relationship also, which has been put on an enhanced pedestal during this ongoing visit. So be it the presence of Indian Navy in the Indian Ocean and being at the Port Louis very often as part of India's naval outreach, be it a satellite tracking station that we have, we maintain in connection in Mauritius with ISRO, essentially spearheading that project, essentially a tracking and telemetry station. Apart from that, the fact that for its navigational and other naval needs, Mauritius depends a lot on India, and that deep connect has found resonance during this visit also, when while Prime Minister is there, an Indian naval ship is also parallelly visiting Port Louis, and so those aspects are underscored with this visit of Prime Minister. And apart from that, if you look at the larger connect, the fact that India made sure that Mauritius is a special invitee to the G20 summit, which concluded in India's presidency in New Delhi in 2023. And apart from that, the Sagar vision that Prime Minister spoke about, which essentially connects the Indian Ocean island nations with India, and that's also that's also the strategic aspect of the relationship about which Prime Minister mentioned. So, of course, the historical connect, the people-to-people connect, the civilizational connect, and the geostrategic dimension to this whole relationship really makes this visit significant. And as it happens, Prime Minister never fails to mention the connect with Gandhi, the fact that Gandhi himself was an NRI who became who came back and with all the lessons he learned in South Africa, sort of implemented them in India's freedom struggle. Remember, just yesterday, Prime Minister also gave the OCI card, which is Overseas Citizen of India card, to the First Lady of Mauritius, Miss Ram Ghulam, and all those things really taken together underscore how this visit puts India at the center of Mauritius's larger, not just national security, but overall geopolitical and geostrategic worldview. And the fact that just last year, President of India was the chief guest on the National Day. This year, Prime Minister is the chief guest on the National Day. This is the second time he is doing so. And on his, in this visit, he is being given, has been bestowed with the highest civilian honor. Clearly underscores not just the centrality of India, Rakshita, in overall scheme of things for Mauritius, but also the manner in which Prime Minister Modi has personally pushed for a stronger, resilient connection with Mauritius. And this is the second time, as I mentioned, he is the chief guest. And if you look at it, he was the chief guest on the National Day of France during the Bastille Day parade in 2023. Then he was similarly in Nepal on the National Day of Nepal in Lumbini, where he was received by the Nepalese leadership. Similarly, in Bangladesh in 2021 during its National Day celebrations. Then similarly in 2017 when Sri Lanka made him the chief guest during its National Day celebration. So in a way it underscores also the manner in which Narendra Modi is seen as a leader of consequence, not just, of course, because of the heft that India carries now, but also because of the kind of personal chemistry that he brings with these respective leaders in these respective countries. 21 nations at last count, including Mauritius now, have bestowed their highest civilian honor on the Prime Minister. And in the pictures, what we are seeing is essentially a repeat of what we have seen in France, in Nepal, in Bangladesh, in Oman, even in the United States, being given the highest civilian honor last year by the Biden administration. That really gives you an idea of the kind of importance India carries now in the Global Committee of Nations and the personal touch that the Prime Minister really brings to each of these relationships.
Absolutely, of course, there is indeed a personal touch, and given how there were several thoughtful gifts that were extended to the President, Dharam Gokul as well, by the Prime Minister, that reflected India's cultural and cultural heritage as well. There was Sangam Jal that was presented to from the Mahakumbh that was gifted to the President. That's a sacred offering, of course. Also, superfood from Bihar, given the Bihari origin population also in Mauritius. Bihar is one of the biggest importer of makhanas, the foxnut that was gifted as well, and Banarsi sari to the First Lady of Mauritius with zari work, fine silk in a sadeli box from Gujarat. So cultural, textile heritage, agricultural heritage, Abhishek, everything was on full display. The connect was very much there in terms of the gifts. There was a story in itself that was doing the rounds yesterday, and of course now we see Mauritius also. It's a bonhomie that is now at full display.
Well, absolutely. And Prime Minister, remember, planted a tree. He has been carrying out this campaign within India of Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam, where he invites everyone from in public life to plant a tree in the name of their mother. And similarly, he did that yesterday with Prime Minister Ramgoolam and in a couple of events that the two had to appear together, the two leaders traveled together, and it's been about 30 hours that the Prime Minister has been in Port Louis, and everywhere, wherever the two leaders have to have a joint appearance, they have even traveled together. During this visit, Prime Minister has inaugurated a civil services college, which is built purely with Indian grant assistance, as also a health center, and there is a clear commitment to prosperity of Maldives, where at least a dozen odd Indian public sector undertakings are active. The metro project in Maldives is built with the Indian assistance, as also at least half a dozen other infrastructure projects that have been built over a period of last few decades. And so in a way, it's a very enduring relationship, and some of that sentiment getting reflected in the manner in which the Prime Minister is being received and given this very grand welcome and the honor of being chief guest for the second time during the National Day festivities of Mauritius in Port Louis.
Absolutely, viewers, as we see visuals coming in, National Day celebrations of Mauritius there, and Prime Minister Modi